Hello, hello. My name is Shalana Battles and I am indie author of 3 books. The Man Before You, which is a contemporary romance, Soul Jumper, which is a paranormal romance, and Encampment, which is a young adult fantasy. And today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I've been thinking a lot about my business and where I want it to go and direction and everything, and I've been talking about that a lot. But one of the things I really want to focus on this year, obviously writing and publishing is a priority, but I want to focus on helping other authors and building up my community. And so if you watched my goal video, I talked a lot about that in there. And so I've been taking editing jobs, which has been really cool to get to help authors get to the point of publishing. I think that's really awesome, and that's been really fun so far, and I'm excited to keep doing it. And another thing is videos like today, where I'm gonna talk about the backmatter in my books. No surprise, JF Penn is who made me think about this, because she had mentioned like updating all of her stuff, and she has a lot of books, a lot. And so I was like, oh, I should look at mine before I have all these books to deal with. Like 3 is not that many to go and update. And I haven't really ever done that. I'm gonna make a note here. So I published Soul Jumper in 2020, and then, you know, you have the backmatter, the stuff in the back of the book, like when the book is over. But I have not looked at this since 2020, since I published it. And so obviously some things change. You put stuff in the back that's no longer relevant or didn't happen or whatever. And so I want to look what's there, and then I want to see what I need to change. This video will probably just be me making the notes, because then I will have to actually go in, I'm assuming, to my Vellum files, make the changes, export them, and then re-upload to Amazon. And so I may make another video of me doing like that process, just in case there's authors that like haven't done it or they want to know about it, know how to do it, things like that. And so the first thing in the back of Soul Jumper is the about the author, which, I mean, it's okay, but I feel like my little about blurb on my new website is better. So I'm gonna mark that down. I'm gonna do the 3 separate books because I know they look different. So we're gonna fix the about page, and I'll probably match that to my website. Just a little blurb at the top that's in 3rd person, and have it. I think it's cool to have it there. I like seeing these because I know a lot of people don't read the stuff in the back of the book, but I do like seeing like, oh, there's, you know, this person's from the same place as me, or they grew up where I grew up, or whatever the case may be. And then that's it. That's all I have in the back of Soul Jumper. I'm also going to look at the front of Soul Jumper, because I know I did acknowledgements in this book. And so that was the other thing. Well, where did I put those? They're not in the front and they're not in the back. Where are they? Did they not make it into the paperback copy? That's worth looking at. Now I'm like, where are those? This is Encampment. Okay, there is nothing in the back of this book. In the front of this book, you have a also by Shalana Battles. I will leave that in here. And then the dedication. But I'm gonna have to check. I have less to update than I thought, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Also by Shalana Battles. So this one I'll update the also to include Encampment. So The Man Before You. We'll do the also by. We need to add encampment. And sorry if some of this is just me rambling, but I wanted to bring this up because it's something that is so easily forgotten, and then you can have a brand new reader pick up your book and there's just so much they wouldn't know. Like if somebody bought The Man Before You, they wouldn't even know that I wrote and published Encampment because it's not on here. And so if you're an author, especially authors just starting out and still trying to build like a readership, make sure you're checking these. You don't need to check them like weekly, daily, not even yearly. You know what I mean? But like when you know something has changed, or you know you've published another book, making these like quick little changes so you don't get to a point where you know, you have tens or hundreds of books and you're like, I have to go through and update all of these now. Okay, so this is the only book that has a connect with me on social media. So I may add this to all of the books. And so I want to make a note about that. My question is, do you guys ever do that? If you're a reader, if they have a connect on social media, do you actually go and look at them on social media? And then other authors, are you including that in the back of your books? Are you including where to find you online? I feel like we're kind of in the world where we need that. Okay, thank you for reading. If you enjoyed, greatly appreciate if you would leave the time. Okay, so this is also the only one that has, please leave a review. I'm gonna add that to the other books too, because it is so important for indie authors to get reviews. I really can't say that enough. And so I feel like if it's at the end and it's like, thank you for reading, if you get a second, please review this book, maybe that'll push people to do it, because it's so important. It's so important. It boosts the visibility of the books online. And then there's so many people that trust that, you know, they'll read something because of a review, or they won't read something because of a review. And so I think that's a good thing to have. The rest of these are blank. And then, okay, this is the part that I knew I wanted to take out. It mentions the Grand Mesa Men series. Obviously, I planned to publish that in 2021. It did not happen. I was pregnant at the time. And I put a lot of that in my goal video too, of like why that didn't necessarily happen. I need to add the newsletter on social media statement there, but I need to take this out. So we're gonna put that on here. Take out Grand Mesa Men. Little blurb, I guess you could call it, at the end. So this is something I also wanted to bring up for newer authors. Like, learn from my mistakes, okay? Don't put something in a book, like announcing a book, if you're not gonna follow through. If you're not 150% positive that that book is coming out, don't promise it to readers. That was a huge mistake on my part, and I will not ever do that again. Unless I have like release date ready to go, the book is done, the editing is finished, I've got a cover, I am ready to do everything is done except me hitting the publish button. I will not announce a book again like that. It's not smart. You want your readers to trust you, and they can't trust you if you're not delivering on what you say you're going to deliver on. So learn that from me. Like I said in the goals video, I have learned so much in the last 3 years, and I feel like grown a lot as an indie author and as a business owner. So don't do that. Don't do that. If you're new to this, make sure that if you're promising something, you deliver on that promise, because I have caught myself so many times, not just in this instance, but other instances where it's like, I said I was going to do that and I didn't, or I said I was going to do that and it didn't happen, or that happened way later than I thought it would. Things like that. So I've been very cautious about that. Like, I have so many plans for this year that I'm really excited about, and I just want to scream about them, but I'm not going to until I have all my ducks in a row, and things are in motion, and it's concrete, it's happening for sure. And so if I could give authors, new authors, or old authors, but they probably know, new authors just starting out, this is like, don't make promises you're not going to keep. It's terrible. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for your business. It doesn't build trust with readers, and you're not building that community. So that's something, like I said, learn from my mistakes. I've been there, done that, won't do it again. And hopefully you don't have to walk that same path. Thankfully for me, I'm so new in the publishing world. Nothing has ever really come back to bite me, knock on wood. But that doesn't make it right. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really had any extreme consequences. I don't have readers freaking out that this series isn't out yet, just because I don't have that number of readers. I don't have that level of people following me. And so that's okay, in the sense that I made those mistakes when my audience was on a very small scale. And so I'm really if I didn't say anything right now, if I wasn't looking at the back of these books right now, not probably anyone would know that or even care. But it is a big deal, and so that's why I wanted to point it out, because small readership or thousands and thousands of readers, it matters. And when you're building relationships, you should keep those things in mind, especially when you're running your own business. So we will take that out. Now, that was way easier than I thought it was going to be. But my issue here is, I know I wrote acknowledgments for this book because it was my first book. So I'm wondering why. Let me write that down. Why no acknowledgement in the paperback? Why no acknowledgement in the paperback? I'm going to check the ebook, because now I'm curious on, and I should check maybe another paper. I didn't ever do another edition though. That should be the only paperback that's in the world, but maybe it's not. Let's look at the ebook really quick. And that was my other question for you guys, is if you are a reader, do you read acknowledgments that the authors write or not? And authors, do you include them in all of the books? Because I wrote one for Soul Jumper. I'm just writing that I need to take enchantment out of KU. I want to be able to sell more direct and do some fun projects with my books. I can't do that if enchantment's in KU. I can do it with the other two books, but I want to be able to include enchantment in those things. And when you're in KU, you're giving Amazon exclusive rights to your book, so you're not allowed to do anything else with it. What is on my mouth? Still there. So So I need to take it out to be able to do those things. But, let me see. But yeah, I would love to hear how authors handle that, because hair, I don't know. When I finished Soul Jumper, it was my first book. I had a lot of people that I wanted to thank, and I did thank them. The acknowledgements were long in that book. But then when I wrote The Man Before You and I wrote Encampment, I was like, I've said all I have to say to those people. I thanked them. Like, those things still applied, but I didn't see the need to like rewrite it again or re-include it in those books. So I feel like as an author, how do you handle that? Do you just not have acknowledgements at all? Do you wait until maybe there's like a new person to thank or like a reason to write another one? Because that's the approach I think I'm going to take. Like, if I write a book and I have somebody new in my life, or like somebody that collaborated with me, or somebody that really helped me, that is separate from the people I thanked in Soul Jumper, then most definitely I will have an acknowledgement for them. But I already thanked like all my family, all my friends, everybody that's helped me get through Soul Jumper. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I even thanked my son in that. So I covered all my bases. I mean, now I have a daughter, so it's eventually I'll do something for her, but that was a very extensive acknowledgement, because I was really excited and proud of finishing my first book. And so excuse me, I would love to hear how other authors handle that. And then I'd like to hear from readers too. Like, is that something that you're just like, don't care about, don't even glance at, don't look at? A lot of times, honestly, as a reader, I don't read the acknowledgements. If the first few lines like catch my attention, like they're thanking their partner, or like some wild story happened for why the book happened, then I'll read it. But if it's just like pretty straightforward thank yous, a lot of times I skip it. And so I would love to hear readers' opinions on acknowledgements. I'm gonna grab a quick other copy of Soul Jumper and just see. I need to see the ebook too. But then it has me, look, this one has the acknowledgements. What in the world? Look, I don't know if you guys can see that. Focus is trash, but this copy in my hand right here does not have it. And so at what point, Shalana of the past, who does not remember ever doing this, did I update this, and then this is now the version in print? I would hope. I need to verify that. So, because the book I was looking at doesn't have that, which is a little worrisome, because do the people that have copies not have this? Like I said, it's not really detrimental. I'm sure no one's sitting at home like, where's the Soul Jumper acknowledgements? It's more the consistency. I want to keep things consistent. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. It was extensive. I wasn't kidding. But yeah, I mean, I thanked my parents, my husband, my son, my brother, my grandparents, my editor, my friends that helped a lot with the book, my aunties, cousins, my little sister, a band for the Lead Me Back song that I listened to a lot while writing this. I thanked a lot of my professors, teachers, people who gave me feedback on the book, beta readers, all of that. Yeah, because it was all the people that like inspired me. So we need to verify that the acknowledgement is actually going out in the paperbacks and the ebooks. Like I said, I don't think it's anything that people are losing sleep over, but I want to keep it consistent. So that's really not bad. So in Soul Jumper, we're going to fix the about the author. Well, in all the books, we're going to fix the about the author. So let's say all on that one. And then we're going to figure out our acknowledgement problem. We're going to add a connect with me on social media to all of the books. We're going to add please leave a review to all of the books. we're going to take encampment out of KU, and we're going to fix the also buy section of The Man Before You to add encampment, and we're going to take out that little Grand Mesa Men blurb. So it's a few things, but they're not going to be that time consuming, which is great, because honestly when I sat down to do this, I thought it was going to be a way bigger project than what it has turned out to be. So that makes me happy. And then when the Grand Mesa Men series comes out, all of this will still like be consistent and flow over to that. So that's exciting to be in a place where it's like, okay, my stuff is updated, I know it's updated, people are getting the right things, and that's exciting. Highlighters, man, love them. I hate when they bleed through though. This one didn't do it. I've been like very picky lately about the highlighters I'm getting, because this is a little tangent, but, and the pens, because I hate, like, this is my planner for this year. It's gorgeous. Like seriously, it's so freaking pretty. Dela Studio, I've never bought one of these before. I bought very expensive planners before, just not this brand, and they're not cheap, and so use them if you buy them, because they're like $100 planners. And it has this little like pen holder, which I love it. But I love planners like this that have like the schedule, and it has the hours on the side, little place for like, it says happy thoughts, but I put notes there. Has an actual to-do list, and then at the bottom it has a place for notes. And I usually put like, I don't even know what you would call these. Like not my goals for the year, but like the things I'm manifesting for this year. And I write those at the bottom every day. But my point of this was pens. I do not like when they bleed through my freaking planner. And so, little, put you guys on for a second. These pens, I'm about to order a bunch more of them on Amazon, because I took these when at my old job. Somebody left when I was still there, and they left all of their pens, and I took them, and I'm so glad I did, because they're amazing pens. Stadler, how do you, Staedtler, no idea. Tri Plus Fine Liner Dry Safe. They come out like a marker, fine tip pen. I don't know if it's gonna focus on that or not. It's saying no, it's gonna focus on my face. But they come in a ton of colors, so it's like writing with a marker, but it doesn't bleed through the paper at all, which is amazing. Okay, that is what I will leave you with for today. I'm really glad to be back on YouTube and to be focusing on YouTube this year. So really from this video, if you're an author with books out, don't forget about your Backmatter. Go check it, go see what's there, what needs to be updated. If you're new and starting out to this, make sure that you are sticking to what you say you're going to deliver. I can't stress that enough. And if you're a reader, I'd love to hear what you like about the Backmatter of books, or what you don't like. Like, if it's not there, do you care or not? Is there stuff you'd like to see in the Backmatter of books, like in place of other things or in addition to other things? Because I feel like most authors follow the same formula, but maybe there's readers out there that would really love something else back there. I have seen authors add like teaser chapters to the back of their books for other books. I prefer that over, I don't usually read them, but I prefer that over using the epilogue. I've talked about this before, to set up the next book. I hate when authors do that. But that's the fun part about reading too, is it's personal preference, right? You can like everything that you like and not like what you don't like, and that's okay. Like, that's the fun part of reading. So I think we will stop there for today. Hopefully it helped somebody. I am going to try to do some more videos that can help new authors. I just got a client with editing, and she sent me a document, and it's even the formatting, it's all single spaced, small text, which if you write your book like that, that's great. write however is going to get the words on the page. I'm not critiquing that part of it at all. But just those little details that you don't know unless you've gone through the process. You know, when she gives this to an editor, or we do our second pass or whatever, you know, it's a lot easier if things are double spaced. It's a lot easier if I don't get a PDF. I get an actual document I can make suggestions on in Google Docs or in Word. And I talked about that stuff with her. So it's just kind of eye-opening, because even though it wasn't that long ago for me, I've learned so much since I started. I started seriously writing Soul Jumper in 2019. I published in 2020. So even in that short amount of time, I've just learned so much about the craft and like how to do things, that it's so eye-opening to see new authors and just realize like, wow, there's so much that they don't know. And that's okay. That's normal. we all start there, you know. And so I'm really excited to use this next year to help people figure those things out and answer those questions for them. And so that's where videos like this come from, where it's like, okay, if you're a newbie, even if you haven't published yet, think about what you want in the back of your books. Think about what you're going to use that space for, if anything at all. And just remember, whatever you put in there may change. And so keeping track of it as the years go on is one of those more tedious tasks that easily gets forgotten. So thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you next week. I think I have... next week. Oh, cool. Okay, next week I am going to talk about book club, and that video will be really fun. So I hope you join me for that. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I'm going to lose focus here right at the end, of course. Come on, camera. There you go. I wish you guys all the best, getting the words on the page, accomplishing all your goals, crushing it this year, 2024. Let's stay positive and just excited. That if I can bring that to you, I will every week as best as I can. So have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.